Hello everyone, I'm Sajal. To those who are new on my channel, I'm a teacher by profession, a nutritionist, and I'm not an astrologer. Herein, I just uh, like to make videos upon things which really interest me, and astrology has been one of the fields apart from psychology, nutrition sciences, which I really like. And these days I have been reading a lot, or I must say that it's been years, and during lockdown it's just increased. So also putting it out there that the reason I'm making these videos is just to uh, serve people out there in a way, like even if anyone is able to find something which resonates with them and it helps them, I think I have already served my purpose. So going to the video, I'm making this video on planet Mercury and our skin. As uh, I read approximately a lot of articles and mainly Vedic books. I've been reading a lot of Vedic books. Uh, I know BPHS is quite difficult for to understand, and based upon the monkey mind we all have, it's very deep until we get that our mind totally clear and controlled, of course. So a lot of books I've been reading, and I researched a lot of data. Most importantly, I'm a person who mainly follows observational astrology. Like, I'm not just going to directly believe if certain planetary, of course, it's true, our Vedic sciences are 100% true, but things are elastic, situations are changing, and we do not know, because sometimes it has been observed that even a good placement could be really problematic, and a really dusthana placement has helped people, like having uh, planets in Daktrashis and all, and their dashas have really been very good to certain people. So we do not know how karma, the karmic cycle gets activated, how karma fructifies. So let's not go there. So we should never really think about that, having planetary positions in Dusthana or having planetary positions which are exalted. Of course, there are pros and cons. Certain things, certain elements are going to match, certain elements are not going, they're not going to. And when I started studying about, reading about astrology, I just started uh, just collecting a lot of bucket of data from my friends, family, relatives, and all the contacts of people I know, and studying in numerous charts and knowing the important events which they have experienced. And also, as I know a lot of people through my own connections and through my own professions, a lot of people I'm aware of, and I started noting down their life events. So today I have compiled not much. I just wanted to make a quick video about an important, like, it really interests me. A significant amount of data I've collected based upon our looks, our skin. As this is Kali Yuga, it is Rahu's world. So our looks, our skin definitely play a major role today. And this is the digital social media world, the age of Aquarius. The tropical astrology says that. So social media is definitely on the rise. The digital media is on the rise. The careers related to digital media is on the rise, and people who are uh, showing their faces, who are into showing their faces, like Rahu. So they are definitely moving ahead and ahead. All those cat people out there, wonderful cat people out there. So today, mainly I want to speak about planet Mercury. So there is a lot of data available in the astrology books. Like, there is so much of information is available. But I was just digging this information, like what is exactly planet Mercury? Like, I used to uh, like during our childhood, we used to study those planetary systems, and we come to know that Mercury is the planet. It's a small planet, but it is near to the sun. Its orbit is it's the first planet in front of the sun if you compare and contrast all those orbits. So Mercury is the planet which receives a lot of sunlight, right? And it's in astrology, this planet signifies our skin. Of course, there is Venus. Venus is responsible for our beauty. And I think each and every planetary position, planetary placements are responsible for our structural framework, for our facial structures, our beauty, our complexion. And uh, like to the people who belong to this century, they will definitely, better people, they will definitely say that beauty is something which is continuously changing. Like today, something, a specific facial feature is in the norm, a specific color is in the norm, and tomorrow something else will be, because it's elastic, it's totally changing. So Mercury rules our skin. What I'm going to mainly speak about is clear skin, irrespective of what ethnicity we belong to or whatever culture we belong to. Having a clear skin is something which is related to good health. Apart from taking it away from beauty, also, it's related to good health. Something appearing on the skin, it's biologically, medically taken as unhealthy because growths on skin, boils on skin, burn marks on skin, it's somewhere related to that, may reflect some or the other internal problems. Even Chinese medicine explains us that, like, just by our facial skin health, it tells us about our liver and kidneys. Yes, like our under eye bags, and under eye bags tell us that our osmoregulation is not happening proper, our salt water balance, there is salt water imbalance, or under eye circles, they tell us our kidneys aren't functioning properly. If our cheek region, if our tongue is uh, something unusual, then it reflects our liver is not functioning properly. So Mercury denotes healthy skin. Mercury reflects healthy skin. Of course, we need to look into the signs. We need to look into its positions, placements. Mainly Mercury, when placed in earth signs, it loves earth. So Mercury loves earth signs. Uh, this is the reason Jupiter is debilitated in Capricorn and exalted in the sign of Moon, that is Cancer. And Mercury loves earth sign. Even though Mercury likes air, Gemini is its own dominion, but earth signs are something where Mercury can express itself in a stable way, because Mercury, it's like that childlike personality, which is very flighty. So in earth signs, it becomes like that teenage, mature teenage. In air signs, it's flighty, it's highly curious, and it's always that jack of all trades, master of none, so always moving from one thing to another. Of course, there are pros and cons, yes, but these are the sketchy observations. When it comes to fire signs, Mercury is hyperactive, hyperenergetic. And when we take these signs and our skin, we will always see that Mercury, whenever it is placed in conjunction with certain or the other planets, like Mercury when it is in conjunct with Saturn. So, what is Saturn? Saturn is like a cold, distant, dry planet. So, it tends to absorb all the essence, all the moisture which Mercury has. So, Mercury Saturn conjunction usually gives people a very dry skin. So, people are highly prone to all those dry skin issues like dandruff and eczema, also in certain cases. And Mercury in conjunction to Mars, people will have a lot of varicose vein kind of problems or high blood pressure problems. So the skin will tend to look more reddish because of the blood moving towards the skin. That redness will be there. And Mercury conjunction to Mars usually does not gives a lot of skin problems, but yes, these people, like, they can get prone to getting some kind of skin issues later on or during their daily routine. Like they're prone to burns, they're prone to boils, they're prone to getting like itchy skin suddenly. Like they brought a plant and suddenly the plant started like some chemical got exuded on the skin and they started feeling that itch and that rash and boil came out. These are the prime conjunctions. Of course, when it comes to skin disorders, there are the levels ranging from simple any skin rash, which can be easily cured, to cancerous problems like melanoma. So, these dangerous diseases of skin, like melanoma and like all those long term chronic diseases, in certain cases the person may not feel, but the external condition is there, the external symptom is there, like for example leukoderma is there. So in these scenarios it is observed that Rahu plays a role. Like Rahu is something unusual, undetectable disease. So whenever Mercury is expected or in conjunct to this, it can lead to, but of course the placement and positions need. So these are the certain observations which I have seen. And believe me, it is nowhere restricted. I have seen some wonderful, wonderful charts of people where I was totally mind blown. I had seen charts of people who suffered from leukoderma and their children had exalted mercury. They had debilitated mercury, but their children had exalted mercury. So you never know how karma works. These people were highly religious, spiritual people. So in Padma Purana, yeah, I just wanted to say this point. In Padma Purana, there's this shloka. It says that you are not going to get even a pint of sunlight extra. Like even small little amount of water also extra based upon your karma. So it's your karma to be born in a certain place, to be born with certain amount of food, to be born with even certain amount of sunlight. So, like for example, some people are born in the Sahara Desert, so they get ample and ample amount of sunlight more than they required, which creates problem because something which is more than required creates problem. And some people are born in extremely cold conditions wherein they don't even get to see sunlight for months and months. So it is totally our karma. When it comes to our skin issues, Mercury planet is called as Buddha, the the Buddha. So Buddha is related to, of course, it's related to Lord Buddha. And what exactly are the teachings of Lord Buddha? What exactly his teachings wants to, what does Buddhism wants to teach us? Most importantly is to stay detached. According to astrology, our planet Mercury gets activated by 29. So you will always observe that during the age of 20, 20, 30, that is during your first Saturn return, you are going to experience a certain based on the karmic effects, placements, positions, signs. You're going to experience certain kind of skin issue or during the start of Mercury Mahadasha. It is must. Even if you not suffer during Saturn return, you are bound to suffer during Mercury Mahadasha because during the start of Mercury Mahadasha, wherever the Mercury is placed in whatever sign it is placed, it is going to show its effect. For example, during the start of my mother's Mercury Mahadasha, her Mercury is placed in 11th house. So she started experiencing, the moment her Mahadasha started, she got cellulitis, that is a whole kind of liver infection, and along with that skin infection on the leg region. So at 11th house denotes the leg region. So it can be of course modified, but Mercury in the signs of water, it's very unstable and it is bound to give you, I've seen people with debilitated Mercury in Navamsha or debilitated Mercury in the birth chart, they get a lot of skin problems. So what exactly Mercury is wanting to teach us? Detachment. Because it's Rahu's world, we find it extremely difficult to detach. It's extremely difficult. It's said that the more you look yourself into the mirror, the more your Rahu will improve. So we all want to look beautiful. But today things are changing. Everything is elastic. Everything is modifying. So the concept of body positivity, the concept of skin positivity is coming. So karma, the good karma is there. And even though you have, even though your skin seems according to you, it does not fit according to the norms of the system which you are following, the society you're following at the moment, still some good karma will come and you will feel accepted in the society. So you never know how karma works. So what I have observed when it comes to skin problems, detachment is something which can really help us. Of course, apart from the medicinal value, the modern medicine, what it offers, the Ayurveda, what it offers, we can definitely follow that to cure. And of course, there are certain diseases which cannot be cured at all, which cannot be cured easily. Still, accepting the self is very important. I think it's a step towards enlightenment. Like what I have observed, it becomes so difficult to accept ourselves that we feel so down for ourselves. So, what Mercury is wanting us to learn is that this is it, this is your skin, and you need to detach yourself because it's nothing but a cloth upon your body, and you will be changing it, and it's changing. There's a shloka in Bhagavad Gita, Yatha Dehi. You are constantly changing bodies, you are constantly changing the, the skin which you had in your childhood, that soft skin. Please excuse me for that. Yeah. Um, the soft skin which we had in our childhood, it's gone. Now your adult skin is coming up, your old age is coming up, your wrinkles are on the rise. So please detach yourself. The best way, what I've observed to deal with these skin issues is primarily to stay detached. Secondly, to increase the amount of vitamin A and vitamin D in the body. Why vitamin D? Because Mercury denotes our skin, and it's the planet which is nearmost to the sun. And sun is responsible for production of vitamin D in our body. The sun's rays enter our body, and those rays trigger a certain kind of special reactions which happen in our body, and our liver makes the vitamin D, the calciferol. And it has approximately 600 functions in our body. So it's very important. Secondly, vitamin A. Because vitamin A is responsible for not only for our skin, but also for our eyes and our immunity. The more healthy our eyes and the more immune we are to the external diseases, we can aspire to have a clear skin because we will be internally healthy and we will be seeing ourselves making through all these challenges across. So these are the two most prominent vitamins which we can definitely source from food, or mainly I request people in my own practice to get sunlight as much as possible. Second thing, what I've observed which works is to sweat as much as possible, to let all the toxins out. And the like I've seen so many people asking, coming even during the internships of mine. I've seen people like what exactly works, what is that particular chemical, what is that skincare routine which really works. Of course, you can have your wonderful skincare routine, but that journey to find that perfect skincare routine and the kind of chemicals which really works for us, it's tedious, it's long, and it is also expensive to special group of people. So it's not that easy. It's kind of that Grammy movement, that Oscar moment when you find your own skincare things. So if you are into skincare, you can definitely uh, follow that. Otherwise, what I have seen for most of the people, there's a routine called as caveman routine, or a bit of modified caveman routine, not that strict regime caveman regime where people do not use anything on the skin for days and days, but a bit modified, like you can use a little bit amount of water, a little bit of oil on skin, mild oiling on skin, that really works for people. Really works. Like, you have to stay detached from your skin. You have to let your skin breathe. You have to let your skin just be its own self. In case of deadly diseases or chronic illness or something which is long lasting like leukoderma, deadly disease like melanoma, we cannot do anything, of course. Even the modern sciences, it will try to treat us, but again, you are subjecting your body to large range of chemical spills and you are putting pressure on your liver and kidneys. In that case, the best way to deal with certain situations. Of course, it's impossible, it's not easy, but the best way to deal in these situations to calm the mind. There are so many practices available out there, including meditation and mind yoga. No exercising. No exercising can make you happy by releasing endorphins, special hormones like serotonin, but it is not going to calm the mind. It is anyway agitating the mind, only putting certain stress and pressure on your adrenal glands. So it's better to avoid. You can definitely perform yogic practices, mainly going out there in the sun doing Surya Namaskar if you are in that healthy stage, otherwise no. Or in melanoma, it's better to follow the medicinal course and learning practices which can calm them. When it comes to food habits, this is very diverse. I've seen certain people removing a simple fruit also has helped them. Removing dairy has helped them. Removing any dairy product or any particular kind of bread product which is not good for their health, it has helped them. And then there are certain class of people removing a particular kind of vegetable or something they were really allergic to has helped them. So this is very diverse. But there is one thing which is commonly used and has worked for a large range of people, that is drinking wheatgrass juice in the morning. Wheat denotes sun, and Mercury loves sunlight. Even though in the light of sun, majority of planets get combusted, but Mercury loves sunlight. It's near to sun, it likes sunlight. So wheat denotes that sunlight. So once you grow that small wheatgrass, do that home gardening and extract the shot of juice and drink it in the morning. It has ample amount of benefits. You do not need to spend that much amount of money on those powders and chemicals. And lastly, what I've observed is to practice those yogic practices which Lord Buddha has taught us. Meditating, writing, mainly journaling literally helps us. Journaling actually helps to calm a majority of our skin diseases. And you can practice writing in any form. You can open a blog. You can just even speaking and communicating something of higher knowledge, or communicating something which is skillful, not just randomly gossiping or talking, but communicating something which is very good, important for the masses, and helping people, helping children, helping your siblings, communicating with them, making good bonds with them also helps a lot of it. Also helps us on large scale. So these are the prime points which I've observed. In case of, yeah, this is something which I've personally followed, and I would like to, I'm going to remember, I would like to just say it out there. When it comes to Saturn Mercury conjunction, I myself have that, and I've observed that it leads to extremely dry skin, dry lips, chapped lips, dandruff. In this case, what one can do, applying mustard oil to the body really helps, because mustard oil represents Lord Shani, Lord Saturn. So applying that really helps. So I hope this helps to you. We can definitely try this. Mustard oil has its own large range of benefits, innumerous benefits. Coconut oil also helps, but coconut oil is, of course, depending upon the temperature you live in. Coconut oil I've seen mainly helps a lot of people who live in colder temperatures, but not to the people who live in extremely hot temperatures. But yes, there are certain special group of people, to them coconut oil has also helped. So it's better to experience those trial and error things. Following Ayurveda, will definitely help you. But first of all, one should uh, find out that body type, their own Vata Pitta body type. What is their body type, and based upon that, one can follow. The most important point and extract of this video, it to which I want this out there for everyone, is to stay detached. It's even if it's not possible, I know it's impossible. When there is something on the skin or problems related to our looks, or when it comes to skin, is to stay detached as much as possible. Reciting the shloka, Dehim Sminyatha Dehi Kaumanam Yogaram Jita. This shloka, reciting is as much as possible and making us remember that one day it is going to be their way. Of course, we can take indulgence into self care, we can care for our skin, but there is something which comes by acceptance, and that's peace. And this is what Lord Buddha wants us to learn. So, read, write, speak, and detach. That's the best way to improve our Mercury, to improve our skin, and ultimately our confidence, which is attached to the quality of our skin. So I hope this helps to the people out there. This was like a speedy video with a lot of distractions. I'm sorry, I'm at my workplace, and whatever time I get extracted from these working hours, I really like to make these videos. And I'm not an astrologer. I would like to just let it out there. I just like reading. I will also make a part two of this video because there are some more data which I want to let it out there. But just making it short for today. And that's all. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.